We have seen that differentiating, we clarify the options that the parts have. This way, they can coordinate better to accomplish the intention we may have. And that's what we want to experience in this video. When the chosen options perform a common intention, everything organizes better. And you'll see that despite entering the system through the tongue, as we are going to do in this experience, the intention clarifies. And keeping the connection with the prior video, the modes enrich and get closer to each other. Let's take references as we normally do, so pause the video and sing and talk something and pay attention particularly again to how that is and how efficient you are at this moment. Okay, to have another kind of references and connect it a little bit more with the prior video, do that EE change, shifting between modes to find how that break is, how clear that is. So okay, now you will need some paper towel. I've cut this in 2 halves so we don't spend so much paper and it's not so difficult or so uncomfortable. So bend it and bend it again and bend it again and bend it again, and you'll have something like this. Then change the direction and bend it again, and you'll see that you have a nice thing to catch your tongue. And that's exactly what you're gonna do. So stick your tongue out and hold with the paper. Don't pull your tongue. You don't need to pull your tongue. You don't need to strain. You don't want to do any of these things. You want it to be really comfortable. Once you've got your tongue, with the fingers, start making circles, little circles. Make sure that you're not making weird faces, you're not tensing your jaw, you're not like bringing your head forward. It must be really nice, really easy, and I dare to say even pleasant. So keep circling and see how back those circles get. So you're moving the tip of your tongue, see how back these circles travel. And see if you can feel something in your throat. You can touch or you don't need to touch, just feel. Keep circling and see. Now change the direction of the circles and you'll find that you'll probably have chosen that direction for some reason. You'll see that probably this other direction is not as nice as the other one. And once you've done it a couple, 3 times and you felt how back those circles travel, just hold the tongue and keep the tip of the tongue in the same place and make circles with your head. Slowly and gently. I just put my face sideways so you can see. You don't need to do that. So hold it and turn around in one direction. And see how different that feels in the tongue. And how in the end, it's the same to move the tongue and keeping the head still, and now keeping the tongue still and moving the head. Both are the same thing, but from different perspectives. Change the direction of the head and see how that changes the way it works. Okay, now holding the tongue, keep your head still, and just circle the tongue and see how far back those circles travel now. And see if they get to the throat. Okay, now, if you look at this, the oral cavity or the mouth is in a horizontal plane and the throat is in a vertical plane. So there's an angle of 90 degrees that make things really weird and difficult for these circles to really get down there. So raise your head a little bit. Make sure that you bring your chest out so you can really raise your head. You don't need to raise your head too much, just a little bit. You can also move your pelvis and arch your back so this is more comfortable. And look up and now hold your tongue and make circles. Make circles. And see that if you do it slowly and gently, those circles will start to get down to your throat. See if you can feel it. You can touch, or you don't need to touch. If you feel it's better than touching, but you can touch. Okay, now change the direction of those circles in the tongue and keep feeling that. And now keep your tongue still and make the circles with your head. Okay? Let your chest move and your pelvis move so the neck doesn't strain. Change the circles, the direction of the circles. Keep the tongue still in the same place and keep going. And now keep your head still and move the tongue around, making circles, and see if you finally feel something in your throat. If you do, turn on your voice with a something like that, and keep making those circles. And now alternate between making the circles with the tongue, making the circles with the head, making the circles with the tongue, making the circles with the head. And if you keep going, you'll find that in the end, you're making circles with both at the same time, but in opposite directions. Don't think too much. If you think too much, it's so difficult. Keep going, holding the and while you do that, go down with your head till you look to the screen or to the horizon, and keep going, holding the feeling the circles in the throat, and let go the tongue and just hold the And now pause the video again and sing your song and see how that is right now. You see? Now go back to the E and see how that break is now. See how that is much clearer.